Hi everyone, and welcome back to my podcast. I am your host, Katherine Doskočilová, and today we're going to be talking about moving out at 18. So I moved out 3 months ago, pretty much. In June 2024, and I moved in with my partner and our 2 dogs that are currently outside. And I'm going to be talking about my personal experience with moving out at 18 and some tips that I have for you guys, because I have made a lot of mistakes in terms of moving out and everything. There are a lot of mistakes that I have made that I wish I hadn't, but I have made them, so I will see how I'm going to fix them in the long run. And let's get started with the podcast. So around March of this year, I started planning out my move with my partner. He bought my flight, and so this is how I ended up coming here in Poland. And I pretty much brought mainly my summer clothes and some winter clothes that I had shipped through post office to bring here. And my overall experience with moving out was not that difficult because I did not move out and live alone. I don't live alone, I live with someone else, so it's not as much of a struggle as it would have been if I just moved out on my own in the way that I did. Because how I moved out is, I moved out with like 500 euros on me, and now I have like 20. I still haven't found a job. I don't have any source of income. No, nothing like this, excuse me. So it's been rather difficult in that case, but since I don't live alone, I'm able to survive because my partner works and he makes money, so we're able for now to like make it out. And I am hoping that I'm going to be able to find a job as soon as I can. And so in terms of that, my experience with moving out has not been that tough. Though in terms of like socializing and things have been a bit different and things, but I'm going to talk about that further in the next section of the podcast. So some of the challenges, for example, that I have faced are coming here without having any income or any job, even like remotely, which is what I'm actually planning on doing because it's just better for me and I'm able to find jobs that allow me to either speak English or speak Greek, so it's easier for me. So coming here without any source of income and 500 euros on my account, like on my name, was one of the big mistakes that I made because I did not really have any way of supporting myself further than the money that I had with me. What else? Another one of the challenges that I had was, and still is, not really having people here, because I don't really have any friends around here, especially since I live in a small town, so I'm not even going to think about whether people here speak English or not. I'm not even going to consider it because I'm just pretty sure that a lot of them probably don't, because they just don't. So I don't really have any people except for my partner, to be honest, around here, so I don't really go out with people, I don't really socialize and things like that. And that thing has been like a rather big challenge for me, because one of the things I wanted to do moving out was also meet new people and things, and I have been struggling with that. But yeah, another struggle that I'm dealing with, that I shouldn't really be dealing with, is the fact that growing up in a city where everything was closed, like if I wanted to go to the mall or something, I could. If I wanted to go shopping for new clothes, I could. If I wanted to go walk around the city or something, I could, because the city was big, so I had plenty of places to go to. But over here, I live in a small town, so we don't really have that many stores, or like stores that I usually would shop in, so it's like more difficult for me to like go to these shops, like because the city is about an hour from here, and I could technically take the bus if I wanted to, but it's like double the time that it takes me to go from here where I am to Poznan, the city, that it was for me going from the suburbs of Thessaloniki to the center. It was like 25 to 30 minutes at most by bus. So that has been kind of like a difficult thing, because I grew up in a city and now I live in a small town. So like accommodating myself there is like a bit more difficult, and since I don't really have much money right now on me, I can't really do the traveling of like going from here to Poznan and from Poznan back often anyway. So my only way of like going there is if I go there with my partner. And now let's talk about some tips that I have in case any of you guys are planning to move out or have moved out or anything. First things first, the most important thing to do is to like plan ahead in terms of like, for example, budgeting. Like make sure that you either have a stable, make sure that you have a stable income, or like your parents can support you in like moving out on your own, whether it be in your own country or abroad, like me, so that you can be able to manage your expenses, rent if you're going to rent a place by yourself, or even rent if you're going to be staying with a roommate or something, and to be able to like pay for your food, pay for utility bills, pay for any other thing that you may need, like any emergency expenses and things. And also finding a place, in terms of like moving out, like when you're moving out, it is important to like be realistic when it comes to moving somewhere. Like don't just be like, I want to live in an amazing place, and then like the fucking rent is 1,000 euros or something, and then you're just like, bomb, what the fuck. Like plan accordingly to like your income, or to like the income of your parents and what they're able to support you with, and like go for something that is like that matches your income and your lifestyle. So like going for something that is cheaper is going to be like rather better in terms of money wise, because you're going to be able to like afford living in that place, and it's not like going to be most of the money that you have on you every month to live there. Another thing is to emotionally and mentally prepare yourself, because even me moving out, at first I didn't really feel it, but then after like it started hitting me that I really did live away from like my family and everything, I started like feeling a bit homesick, because I was with my family ever since I was born. So like it makes sense that you're going to feel homesick being away from your family for a while. So learning to like cope with the homesickness or even the loneliness, and like having a good support system to support you in that, and like talking to your family often and consistently is also like going to help with the homesickness, because you're going to be in contact with your family a lot. Also, since you're going to be moving out and things, another good thing to do is to build good habits, like having a good routine that is going to match to your lifestyle and your overall like things that you're doing every day is also going to be a really good idea, because that way you're going to feel more organized. It's going to like help you in maintaining like some habits that are going to be good for you. It's also going to oh my god, how do I explain that? Like, it's going to also help you in productivity and help you in making time for yourself and in better managing all of your time, all of your tasks, all of your responsibilities, whether it be work or school or something else. Also, making friends is also something that is going to be really important, because that way, like, you're going to be able to socialize, something that I struggle with doing right now. Like, you're going to be able to have a better support system, you're going to be able to socialize, go out, meet even more people, explore the city, learn more about the culture of the place you're in, if the people are locals. And especially for moving out to a foreign country, my biggest tip ever is to learn the language. Start learning the language before you move out to move into that country, because I didn't do that, and now it's been 3 months and I know a few words, I know a few random sentences from Duolingo, and that's about it, and then some words. So that's not really that good, you know? It's not really that helpful. So having already learned some important like things to know in that language of the country that you're going to be moving in is really important, because that way you're going to be able to communicate with locals, especially if you don't live in a big city and you live in like a small town like me. It's going to be able to help you, because you're going to be able to go to the grocery shopping, be able to like also meet people. You're going to be able to socialize with other people here, because I can't really fucking socialize right now, because since I do not really speak anything from that language, I can't really just go and approach someone here around my age and just start speaking English, because first of all, it's gonna be awkward for me and it's probably going to be awkward for them. But then again, it doesn't matter if it's going to be awkward, like still, it doesn't really feel like it's really nice of me to just go and approach someone like that. Also, another tip when it comes to socializing is use dating apps. Even though that sounds really weird, dating apps are a good way for you to like meet people and start getting to know them, and then potentially hang out with them. For example, I use Bumble BFF on my phone, so that I can like start talking to some people and things and get to know people. And I mean, I've talked to some people. I haven't really made any connections yet, but like I have talked to some people. And overall, like using dating apps or using Facebook groups and things like that can like help you like finding and meeting people, so that you can like socialize. And for learning the language, Duolingo is a good help. Perhaps you can also use ChatGPT, because for the most part it can help, especially when it comes to like grammar and syntax. It really helps with language learning because of its knowledge. But I think that you can also use it to like help teach you some really basic things, or just do some Google research and like look up for like important words and sentences and things that you need in said language, so that you can better learn how to communicate with the people there. So I think this is pretty much most of it for today. I just wanted to like share about having moved out at 18 and like my story quite a bit, because I think a lot of people may benefit from that, especially if they're planning on moving out anytime soon or something, or even in the future. It will like still help them overall. And of course, if you guys have any stories about having moved out at a young age and like would feel comfortable sharing it, you can also send me a DM or comment down below your story. I would love to hear your stories. I love hearing people's stories. Okay, I want to see what your tips are, if there's anything you would like to add, and of course, once again, if you have any recommendations for like videos that you would like to hear from me, or like things you would like me to talk about, or even like just for vlogs and things, you can also recommend things down below in the comments, or just send me a DM about that. I would love to hear your recommendations, and I will be seeing you guys on my next video. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.